What is up guys, it's your boy Solam here, back with another Dragonflight Goldmaking video. So today we have some exciting news for gold farming in Dragonflight, and BoEs are back baby. BoE farming is back on the table, kind of in a different way than you might have expected, but also in probably like somewhat of the same ways that it used to be before. So Blizzard made a post very long ago on how BoE farming inside raids would work, and that you would now have to kill like lieutenants or mini bosses inside raids to get BoEs. And they also made another update a couple of weeks ago saying that for the first two resets or the first few weeks, they said these BoEs would be BOP, so bound on pickup, at least for mythic difficulty the first couple of weeks, to just to give people that are raiding Mythic World first the chance to not having to spend hundreds of millions of gold on BoEs. So that's probably why they made that change. And keep in mind, first of all, they were going to be BOP, and then they were going to drop from lieutenants or mini bosses found throughout the raid, kind of to stop BoE farming in general and make people that raid the raid usually get some BoEs while raiding the raid. And now we have even more news on the topic that, well, BoE farming is back. Pretty much exactly the way it used to be before, and you can now farm BoEs in raids. So if I go to the auction house right now, even on my server, which is a very low pop server, where almost nobody is raiding, we do have some BoEs on the auction house. There's actually no heroic BoEs on my auction house, which is kind of interesting, but yeah, there's a couple of normal BoEs right here. So if I personally go out and farm some heroic BoEs, I could charge a lot of gold for those heroic BoEs, and the higher pop servers you play on, the more sell rate these will have, obviously. So if you're playing on a server like Taran Mill or Ravencrest or Silver Moon, you can probably make bank on farming BoEs right now and selling them. Personally, I can farm them as well and sell them for probably 1 million gold, but they will take some time to sell, considering right now there's 4 different normal pieces on the auction house for me, going from between 350k to 600k gold each. But I did farm a lot of BoEs in Shadowlands, and I sold literally all of them. Even though they take some hours to sell, I sell them for a lot more gold, so for me this could be absolutely insane. So after a lot of back and forth, we have a new blue post from Blizzard that was posted not too long ago, and I wanted to make this video to keep you guys in the loop, because this is something that hasn't really been made public anywhere else than on Wowhead or in the forums, so a lot of people might have missed out on this. So I wanted to show you guys, and here it is. Hey folks, wanted to update you all on raid rewards changes we talked about a while back in this post during the beta, and unfortunately, due to a technical limitation, we had to pull bound on equip items, being deterministic drops from the raid, as well as scaling with group size. While we're still very much interested in making this happen in future raids, there were too many risks involved for it to make it into the Vault of the Incarnate. So with the reversions, this is how BoEs currently work inside the raid that we currently have right now. Bound on equip items can come from regular enemies and lieutenants like before, but have a higher chance to appear from LTs and mini bosses. Enemies before the first boss, aka Eranog, as in enemies that can be killed from the bombing run event and the mini boss present, cannot drop BoE items. As mentioned last week, on mythic difficulty only, BoE items are BOP, aka bind on pickup, and this is temporary, and these items will change back a few weeks into the season. As for everything else, we are eager for your feedback on how group loot, scaling item level rewards, and unique item rewards feel while raiding in Dragonflight. Good luck taking down Recieve, and we'll talk soon. So let's talk about this. First of all, bound on equip items can come from regular enemies. This means that you can farm BoEs as before. You can go into the raid, go out, reset, go back in, keep farming, kill the regular trash mobs, and do that on repeat. So infinitely farm BoEs 24/7, hoping for some good boy loot, and selling those for hundreds of thousands of gold, which is a way that a lot of people like to farm gold, myself included. It's a very fun way to make gold. The only bad thing is that I wish we had the BoEs from the open world, because that way I can get steady gold and get BoEs. If you go into the raid, you're pretty much only getting BoEs. You can farm for 1 hour and get a BoE worth half a mil, or you can farm for 10 hours and get absolutely nothing. It's gambling with your time, but then again, it's fun, right? And you can get some BoEs worth a lot of gold, sell them for for a lot of gold, and it's a good time. So if you want to farm BoEs, it's back. You can inside both normal and heroic. You have to keep in mind the first boss has to be dead. So if you want to make your own group here, you will have to make a raid group first, kill the first boss, then you can start farming. So kill the first boss, make a group for BoE farming, kill the trash, go back out, reset, go back in, and then you don't have to kill the boss again, by the way. You reset the trash. So just go out, go back in, do the trash, go out, go back in, do the trash. You don't have to kill the first boss every time, that would be mental, so just keep that in mind. And as for Mythic only, these BoEs are bound on pickup to begin with, and also you can't reset Mythic the same way, so Mythic will be different. But for Mythic, they are BOP right now, but they will be BOP after a couple of weeks into the season, so eventually you'll be able to somewhat farm BoE items inside Mythic as well. Now, if you're looking for a way to join these groups for BoE farming, you just want to go to pre-made groups right here and go over to raids bind Dragonflight, raids-Dragonflight, so here we go, and then you just scroll through and you will find a lot of groups looking for BoE. So BoE HC here, for example, BoE once again, and the further you scroll, the more BoE groups you will find. You will notice that for heroic, you want to have some item level, so most groups require you to have 370 to 375, so keep that in mind if you want to do heroic farming for BoEs. The mobs are quite difficult, so you want to have some gear to be able to contribute to the group and not just be dead weight. And if you're looking for a group to farm with, then I'll probably be doing this quite a bit on stream over on twitch.tv, and you will find a link to my Twitch down below in the video description. So if you want someone to farm with or watch me test my luck in BoE farming, check out my Twitch through the link down below. Either way, that's the video, boys and girls. BoE farming is back and we'll definitely try it out. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, we're trying to push for 40k before Christmas, so if you enjoyed the video and want more gold making videos for Dragonflight, subscribe down below. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace out.